All right. Hello, everyone. Hello. My name is Dr. Janet Rourke. I'm a veterinarian and I live in Central Texas. My practice here is Hill Country Mobile Veterinary Service, if any of you are local. And I am the Essential Oil Vet, and I'm just here every Sunday. I go live at 7 p.m. Central. So I'm live answering your questions live at 7 p.m. on Sundays because that's when I have time to do it. So, and hopefully you guys hop on around that time so that you can ask your questions. So if you're hopping on now, let me know where you're from, what essential oil you're using today, and if you have any questions, post your questions in the comment section and I'll choose a few to answer today. Really quickly, I just wanted to give you guys a couple of quick announcements while we're waiting for people to hop on here. Oh goodness, my internet is not that good. Hopefully you guys can see me and hear me. Let me know if you can see me and hear me or if it's really pixelated. I don't know if I can switch while I'm live, but we'll just go for it and try. So a couple of things going on. On Friday, I did a webinar or workshop, whichever you want to call it, in the membership group. And that webinar is now available if you're in that membership, on the EOVet membership portal. And what we talked about was essential oils and senior animals or aging animals, as using essential oils to help support our animals as they get older. And we talked about some of the big problems that older animals have and what essential oils are good for those problems. We actually have individual webinars on each of those problems as well. So if you are not yet in that membership, it's really good. There's almost 5 years worth of content in there already. I cannot believe it's been that long since I started that, because so many of you were asking for more and more information, and we've made it something really beautiful, this really beautiful community of hundreds and hundreds of people just like you that want your animals to live their best lives for as long as possible. And so essentialoilvet.com/members. If you're not super into essential oils, that's okay. Like, we talk about nutrition in there. We talk about exercise. We talk about just decreasing toxins in your home in general. If you have questions about medications, I can talk about those things. I can't obviously prescribe things over the internet or make any diagnoses, but we can talk about things. We talk about things like fleas and what you can do naturally, but also we talk about herbs and things in there as well as all sorts of different things. Like, whatever you guys want to talk about, I'm game, and we talk about it in there. That's kind of like our safe place where we can do that. We have a little bit more freedom in there. So if you're not a part of that, I encourage you to check it out at least. Essentialoilvet.com/members is where you go to register for that. It's a very low cost. Be a great Christmas present for yourself to get yourself an annual membership and help your animals live their best lives over the next year. So that's my first announcement. In December, in a couple of weeks, we're going to have another workshop. We have a workshop every month in there. And the workshop this month is going to be on winter wellness and nutrition. So I'm finally going to have a conversation with you guys about nutrition outside of the challenges that I do for each species. So we're going to talk a little bit about nutrition. We're going to talk about winter wellness and what oils you can use to help your animals throughout the winter. Have some awesome recipes to share with you guys. And that is going to be happening in a couple of weeks over there in the membership. You have to be in the membership to do it. And the workshops are free for members. And if you're not a member, you can go to the workshop, but you have to join the membership for a month so that you can go to that one. All right. So that's my first announcement. My second announcement is January is coming up really quickly. And we have, I think, January 17th, 16th or 17th, that week, we're starting our next round of certifying animal aromatherapists. So if you have been wanting to get certified and you're like, oh, it just hasn't been the right time, January is usually a really good time. We're waiting until the middle of the month. So when things start slowing down a little bit, we have a couple of different payment plans available for that course. It is a live course, but you don't have to be live to participate because it's encouraged, because I like teaching when there's people in the Zoom room with me. But you can always watch the replay. You can always watch the replay to get the training, and you have lifetime access to those recordings for that course. So if you want to check that out, the link is below, essentialoilvet.com/animal aromatherapy. It's also in the description of this video. So definitely check that out. You will get 6 weeks of live training with me twice a week. Once a week. Mondays are trainings. Thursdays are our office hours Q&A. We can talk about cases. We can talk about animals. We can talk about anything that you have questions about. And we cover everything from history, chemistry, safety, zoopharmacognosy or self-selection and how to do that. We cover what essential oils interact with certain medications. We talk about all the physical benefits, all how you choose which oils to use for which situations, all the oils that are good for which systems, and the emotional benefits of essential oils and behavioral benefits, which are extremely helpful for animals in particular, because sometimes they have this bad behavior that's not actually bad behavior. It's their way of manifesting stress or fear. And we go through all of that over the course of the 6 weeks. And you also get to do case studies. You can use your own animals for case studies if you want. And it is just really, really incredible. And just an amazing program that myself and my team have put together. And I would love to have you be a part of the next class in January. essentialoilvet.com/animal aromatherapy to check that out. Let's see what questions we have for today. Those were the announcements for today. So let's see what we got. What do we have? Oh, I guess I can take down that banner now. Okay, so first question is, oh, hi, Anita. Hi, Trisha. Hi, Prentice from Fargo, diffusing Malama. Oh, she's in Fargo, but she's diffusing Hawaii. I love it. And then Jennifer's actually in Hawaii. She's in Maui, which I got to visit that in April this year for the first time ever. I got to go to Hawaii with my husband. We went for our 15-year wedding anniversary, and it was just, oh, I love it. It was so incredible. I have a special place in my heart for Maui. Okay, Dawn, I can't answer your question because it's not compliant. I'm so sorry. Yes, Colleen in New Zealand. Hello, Janet in Indiana. Always using peppermint. It's great to use this time of year. Deborah is using helping a horse with respiratory issues with peppermint, lemon, lavender, marjoram, and rosemary. That's so awesome. And Deb is asking about respiratory help for a dog. And some of these oils are really good for that too. So Deb says, what would you use for respiratory? We have a really good blend of oils called the respiratory blend. I know, it's so creative. So definitely check that out. The oils that really help with respiratory issues are the mint. Mint oils can be really helpful, like spearmint. I like spearmint a little bit better than peppermint. Peppermint is just so strong. It can be a little overpowering, but peppermint is good as well. And cardamom is one of my favorites to use for respiratory support. And I also really like rosemary. And you typically, a respiratory issue, it depends on what the cause of it. If it's like a environmental, maybe like they caught something from another dog, I like to give some oils internally to support the immune system as well. So like our protective blend can be given internally, and Melissa can be given internally. Those are really good options for if that is the reason for it. Sometimes dogs will start coughing if they get what's called collapsing trachea. They get like kind of like a goose honk cough. It actually kind of is a honking kind of a cough. And that's because of the basically the rings in the trachea get weakened. The cartilage in the trachea gets weakened. And when they are breathing, that collapse, instead of that trachea being nice and round, it collapses like this. So instead of being nice and round like it's supposed to be, I don't know if you guys can see that, it collapses. And so air can't go into their lungs. So they can actually get a little oxygen deprived when that happens. So in those cases, if that's what's going on, then I like to use a cartilage supporting oil. So oils that support the cartilage. We have a few of those. Cypress is really good. We usually, what else do I use for that? I really like our anti-aging blend. Hill Chrism is good for that. Rose, frankincense, copaiba, oils that like that can be very, very helpful. So hi, Barb in Florida. What other questions do we have? Oh, Jana's asking how much the membership is. So the membership is you get 30 days access or like a month access or a year access. So you can sign up for a month, click that auto renew. You can always turn it off if you want to, but click that auto renew if you can. Otherwise, you get lots of emails. You don't want all that. So the membership is only $27 for a month. Only $27. It's like 2 cups of coffee. But if you sign up for a year, it's $270. So you basically get 2 months free if you do the annual membership for $270. So very, very low cost. That's like my low cost thing for you guys. You know, I have the recipe books every once in a while and stuff for like $2 and whatnot. But the bulk, like so much information in there, and it is just so valuable. Plus, again, you have that community of people helping you, answering questions and things like that. If I'm not available to answer your questions, which I do answer questions every Sunday, just like here, except for I answer all the questions in there that are on the Ask the Vet post. So very affordable, and 100% worth it in my opinion. I wouldn't do it if I didn't think it was worth it, guys. I'm not just here to just like take your guys. I wanted to have a way to serve you guys that was just a little bit more, that had some good just some good boundaries. Basically, like I can't just help everybody for free all the time because I can't live. I can't feed my dogs if I don't make a little bit of money. I'm not like living high and large or anything like that. I'm off of the $27 membership. It is I'm still driving my truck. That's a 2007. So it's like almost 15 years old. So very old truck that I am still driving around. Still working. So I'm going to keep driving it until it doesn't work anymore. So let's see. Oh, here we go. Colleen says, I changed recipes for small dogs, a homemade food, and now we have severe gastro symptoms. What oils can help? So the gastric support oils, cardamom, our digestive blend, the kids tamer blend is really good, all good options. But I would say just remember, whenever you change foods, you have to do it slowly. You have to do it in increments. I recommend taking 2.5 to 3 weeks to transition fully to a new diet. Even if it's a better diet, it takes a while for that gut health to get back to normal. So because you're changing the biome in the gut. So I would also add in some probiotics, maybe some digestive enzymes to help your small dogs. Tricia says how to clip the nails of a cat's arthritic paw. So you have to be super gentle because they're painful. You can use a little bit of lavender to help soothe them. Be very, very gentle. And I would suggest actually, Tricia, this would be a good thing to YouTube because there's actually YouTube videos of people clipping cats' nails. It's really easy. If you need help, it's always helpful to have somebody holding the animal while you're clipping instead of trying to do it yourself, unless that cat's trained to it. So, but yeah, as cats get older, that you do need to help them trim their nails if you've never trimmed their nails before, because they're just not wearing down as quickly as they used to. They get kind of thick and need a little bit of help trimming. And if you need help, just, you can take your kitty to a groomer or to your vet to get some help with that as well, if you don't have anybody local. But yeah, you can definitely use some calming oils to help with that. Haley says, using a probiotic, the doTERRA one, for my dog. He's 95 pounds, looking to understand dosage and recommendations to eat pills. So the probiotic is a pill. You have to give it as a pill. So you can either, how to pill a dog. Just Google how to pill a dog. And there's lots of different suggestions there. You can wrap it in a treat and give it that way if they'll eat it. You can put some peanut butter on it if they'll eat it. Sometimes you have to actually pill them and put it down their throat if they don't just eat it. My dogs I just throw it in their food and they eat it like it's their food, and it works really well. Not all dogs are like that. So I would suggest like searching how to do that. But as far as like dosage for a 95-pound dog, you'd give 1 a day of the PV Assist Plus. And if you for dosages on supplements, like human supplements, you guys, like join the membership group. We have all the doses in there. You can actually search the specific supplement, and I have like a list of if your dog weighs this much, if your cat weighs this much, you know, and how to give it in there. I can't do that for like every supplement out there. I'm actually coming up with my own supplement line. So eventually, working on it right now. We have had some beta testers with it already, and it seems to be working pretty good. So hopefully we'll be able to get those rolled out at the beginning of the new year. And you guys will have access to all that information. I'll do some information about those specific supplements once they come out and are available. Okay, I'm really sorry, Tracy. I'm laughing with you, but not at you. Okay, just so you know. Any ideas for keeping cats from messing with a Christmas tree? Maybe an oil spray, while keeping in mind they might chew the branches. The only way to keep cats from messing with a Christmas tree is to not have a Christmas tree. Like there's some things that you can do, like putting up baby gates so they can't go into that area, keeping the cats, you know, keeping the tree in a different room that you maybe close the door so the cats can't go in there. Like those are really, unless you physically keep them away from the tree, they will be obsessed with it. Sparkly lights, sparkly things to play with, the little tree to climb. They will knock it over. It's just the joy of living with cats. I've seen, there's some pretty funny memes of like how to cat proof a tree, and it's like saran wrap the entire tree, you know, kind of a thing. And even then, like cats will try to like play with the saran wrap, especially if you have young kittens. So the best way is to just keep them out of the room completely. There are some deterrent sprays out there. I haven't found them to be particularly effective for that. You can try black pepper, totally safe. They just don't particularly like the smell. Cinnamon type oils, they don't tend to like the smell of those. Sometimes the mint oils, but sometimes it's a futile effort. So I'm sorry I'm laughing because I've had the same problem. So I feel you, girl. I feel you. Okay. Yes. Tammy has a dog with upset tummy using Digestin. He's had diarrhea since Friday afternoon and giving him a little more pumpkin puree. Any other suggestions? So yeah, I would give pumpkin. You can use the digestive blend every 2 hours until it's resolved. Give a bland diet. So like boiled chicken and a little bit of rice to settle the tummy. And if it continues, definitely go in and see what's going on. Get a diagnosis from your veterinarian to help with that as well. All right, we'll do so okay, we'll end with this one. So Marilyn says, if a cat has possibly mild asthma, should you not use your diffuser? Actually, you can diffuse oils, and actually it might help that cat to be able to breathe more openly. And so I would say don't worry about that, but be careful what you diffuse. So there's some oils that can trigger kind of certain animals, and it's very, very individualized with asthma. There's some things that some cats with asthma can totally have, and other cats it triggers like a thing. So I would say what oils you can use that have been shown to be pretty effective and helpful, especially for like a calm environment, would be like lavender and Roman chamomile are really good ones. You can diffuse bergamot. You can diffuse, I would stay away from the really strong smelling oils. So your spice oils and your mint oils can be really, really strong. So probably stay away from those. Cardamom would be another good one that is good for the respiratory tract. And yeah, those would probably be the ones that I can think of off the top of my head that would be helpful. Petitgrain would be another good one that would be okay to diffuse. Marjoram would be a good one. So all those seem to be pretty okay. Although sometimes marjoram's kind of hit or miss because it's kind of a spice, and so it's very individualized what that animal likes. So what you can do is you can do self-selection with the animal by putting a little, like taking your bottle of oil and letting your animal sniff it. And if they like it, so Copaiba would be fine to diffuse. Juniper berry would be fine to diffuse as well. Maybe cedar wood would also be good. So a lot of different ones that you have options of, Marilyn. Just stick with 2 to 3 drops in your diffuser instead of the 4 to 6, and make sure the room door is open so your kitty can leave, and watch your kitty for the first 5-10 minutes of diffusing a new oil, and just observe their behavior. And you'll know right away if it's one that they don't particularly like, so or that they're having trouble with. So, but I would not hesitate to use a diffuser around a kitty that has asthma. My previous kitty, Lyra, who's no longer with us, she died when she was 18, but she had asthma her whole life, and we diffused around her constantly. And she wasn't sensitive to really anything. So she really benefited from the oils. I could tell when she liked something, she'd go and sleep on the couch right next to the diffuser and just like take it all in. And it was really wonderful. So she really benefited actually from diffusing. And so I wouldn't hesitate at all. All right, you guys, we went a little long today, but really like hanging out with you this weekend. So hopefully you had an amazing Thanksgiving and are spending time with your family, or had already spent time with your family and you're ready to get back into the work week. I've got a nice long work week ahead of me. If you haven't joined the membership yet, do that, essentialoilvet.com/members for that. And then for the animal aromatherapy specialist, if you just go to essentialoilvet.com, you can find all the information that you need right in there. And that's also how you log in to the membership portal once you're a member. So I'll see you guys next week, same time, same place. All right, I love you guys. Have a great week. Bye.